You want to know my name? I'm no ordinary actress. I'm surprised you haven't recognized me. You must have arrived only recently. I have money, and I'm an experienced traveler. I'm an excellent shot, and my health is robust, so you need have no reservations about me. And of course, I shall bring along a case of the very best tea. Your wagon looks suitable, and you seem presentable. I will certainly consider accompanying you on your journey. Please make your decision now. The wait is becoming tiresome. You will not regret choosing me to accompany you. Be so kind as to tell my manservant where to put my luggage.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Sally Goldsmith, and I'm a farmer's wife. My husband's name is Jefferson.
Good day. If you have the time, I will tell you a little about myself. At home, I was a teacher. I have completed my 17th year. I have a little money. I know something of the trail and the wild plants that grow along the way, for I have read many books. Please, do not think that I will be too frail to withstand the rigors of the journey. I lived my childhood years on a farm and can lend my hand to many chores. I can tend to most animals. I am eager to begin a new life in Oregon. I hope you will choose me to be your traveling companion.
Good to see you again. Thanks for giving us a second look. Between the two of us, we have many skills. We'll be good company on the trail. We've left our farm in Ohio and are moving out west to stake out a farm in Oregon. I like to cook and take care of people. Jefferson's good with animals and an expert farmer. I'm also a crack shot. And a good businesswoman. Jeff does some tracking and is a handy blacksmith. Please take us with you. We're honest, hardworking, and always willing to help other folks out.
Hello, I'm a farmer. Name's Jefferson Goldsmith, but just call me Jeff. I hail from back east. I'm taking my family out west to the big land of Oregon. I get on well with animals. They take to me somehow, and I know how to heal them and take care of them. My wife Sally's good with folks, and her cooking will knock your boots off. I know a good bit about blacksmithing and animal tracking. And I'll tell you what, Sally here's about the best shot I ever saw, man or woman. If you take us along, you won't be sorry. Thank you kindly. Let's hit the trail.
Greetings. My name is Lucy Knox. Newspapers are my business. I like to say I never met a story I didn't like. I have read several guidebooks about the trail and even published an article written by an early immigrant. So I know a thing or two about what we can expect en route to Oregon. I am a good person to have in your wagon. Did I tell you I am learned in the art of medicine? I can set a broken limb, apply a tourniquet, and administer herbs. I am also a capable midwife. And in a pinch, I have been known to nurse a sick bovine as well. Yo hablo español. I speak Spanish. I learned the language as a youth working alongside Esperanzo, a Mexican laborer in my family's store. I am prepared to work hard on the trail. Though I've never put much mind to womanly endeavors, I can cook and stitch.
Good day to you. My name's Casey O'Neill.
Thank you for choosing me to join your wagon party. May God bless our journey.
I am Brown. I see many wagons pass along. I am. Along with horses, we got many new items through trade. But we've been badly hurt by the new diseases. We were able to change and adapt in the past, but we have lost so many people that we may never be the same. If you come to a river after a heavy rainfall, be very careful. It may be much deeper than it looks, even at a fording place. Even if it looks safe, always check how deep the water really is. I am Brown Fox. I see wagon after wagon coming by here, crossing this creek. Where are all of you going? I am Brown. I am Brown Fox of the Con. I see wagon.
My dear Ma and Pa, every morning we milk our Missy, but there's never time to churn before setting out. I found that if I pour the extra milk in a pail and hang it off the back of the wagon, the jostling on the bumpy trail will make a little butter by the end of the day. A little butter on the table sure lifts the spirit.
Dear Aunt Mary.
I once performed for the Queen of England. I wore a gown of the richest, ruby red, and golden slippers on my feet. The crowd adored me. I wonder if they would recognize me now in these ugly boots and dreary clothes.
My twin sister, Gabrielle, was always my father's favorite. And being a flirt, she was also popular with the boys. Yes, I'll trade with you. You have some things that might interest me. Yes, all right. Your offer is acceptable, I suppose.
I heard a fella talking about the trail after church one Sunday. His brother's family was out west and had wrote about how wonderful the land was. I mauled on it and mauled on it, talked to Sally, and mauled on it some more.
My twin sister...
One of our party members is an expert at tying knots.
I've never seen heat like this. It's scorching.
This heat. Without relief, I fear we will burn up. I had a grand adventure this forenoon. I left the train and came across some fine, noble Indians. They were very civil and made a trade with me. Now I have a delightful pair of moccasins. My companions were very angry. They say I should not have left the train without an escort.
My twin sister, Gabrielle.
I never should have believed all those wild stories I heard back home about the Indians. Most of those I've met along the trail have been friendly and neighborly. I've learned a lot watching how they track and hunt the animals in these parts and put every scrap of what they kill to some use. After months on the trail, I'm just now beginning to understand their ways. As Sally says, you can't know a man till you've walked a mile in his moccasins.
My twin...
I had a grand adventure this...
My twin sister...
Greetings, my. Well, of course I will trade. I am open to any reasonable offer.
I heard a fella.
My twin sister...
I had a...
My...
I never.
One of our party members is an expert at tying knots and hitches. He is teaching me a few useful tricks. Thus far, I know the fisherman's knot and the Beckett hitch. Tomorrow, I will learn a simple rope splice. I am feeling industrious indeed.
I was born in slavery, escaped on my own. Just told myself that I couldn't take it no more. I ran and never looked back. Never gonna be a slave no more. No more.
I find hot tea to be the most refreshing beverage. I cannot think what I would do without it. Would you like to take tea with me? You must always warm the pot before you make the tea. I like 2 scoops of tea, and the water must be boiling. Tea should always be drunk with a little milk. Would you care to try some?
We passed the graves of an entire family, husband, wife, and 3 children, who most likely succumbed to disease. We have no idea what ailed them, but as the graves were fresh, we moved on quickly. Unfortunately, the sight of a new grave is not rare along the Oregon Trail.
Blessings and mercies daily attend us. We are making good progress to Oregon.
We're so cold that my wife and little one can't sleep.
The weather is foul. The challenge of the day is simply to keep warm.
This cold is intolerable. We must warm ourselves at once.
We're so cold that my wife and little one can't sleep.
The weather is foul.
This cold is intolerable. This cold is in...
We're so cold. We're so cold.
The weather is foul. The weather is foul.
I find hot tea to be the most refreshing beverage. This cold is in...
The weather...
This cold is intolerable. This cold is...
The weather is...
Wish
I am called Raven by the river. My people are the Umatilla. I learned to speak English at the Whitman Mission and Fort Walla Walla.
The weather is fine.
we're so cold.
The worst part of our diet is the monotony. No fruits or vegetables remain. What I wouldn't give for a slice of summer melon.
This cold is intolerable. We must warm ourselves at once.
The weather is...
This cold is intolerable.
The weather is foul. The challenge of the day is simply...
This cold is in... This cold... This cold is... This cold is in... This cold is...
The... The weather is...
This cold is intolerable. We must warm us. This cold is intolerable.
We're so cold that my wife and little one can't...
This cold... This cold is in...
The weather is foul. The weather is... The... The...
We're so cold that...
The weather is...
Welcome! Even for a... So, I suppose you're anxious to find out where you're going to... I understand there have been some deaths in your party. My sincere condolences. Traveling all the way across country is dangerous. Death is all too common. Still, one must look on the bright side, and you made it. You must have had a tough time on the trail. Your health's not very good. I won't be able to give you too much land. You'll be needing to concentrate on regaining... Overall, I'd say you're pretty pleased about how things went along the trail. Well, you're no millionaire, but you do have enough money to support yourself in a comfortable fashion. That's a good indicator of future success. Well, now, you've arrived with a pretty good stock of supplies. I've seen folks with more, but what you have should be enough to get you off to a good... It took you an awfully long time to get here. Maybe you just weren't in a hurry, or maybe you had some problems. You arrived here in pretty tough shape. You're in no condition to manage a big piece of land right now, but don't worry. You did well to make it all the way to Oregon City. I'm going to give you a nice little house on the outskirts of town.